What's good, guys? Welcome to last minute predictions where we go over, of course, we go over the weight misses, the cancellations. Thankfully, we have all 13 fights on this card. Of course, with the weight misses, and only one fighter missed weight, and that was Ariane Lipski. She missed weight by 6 pounds. The fight is still on. Thankfully, the fight is still on, and it hasn't been canceled. That's what I'm most important of. And I have two things I want to mention. One, the light is way more brighter, so let me know if it's too bright. I did not know until now that the light could go that bright. I should have been done this. And number two, I want to give a big shout out to my guy, Roberto Bellagio. He is in the background. He is literally in the background of this video. So, as we get towards the end, towards the main card, or once we can see him, I'm going to point him out and I'm going to give a big shout out to him because he mentioned to me earlier this week that he was going to be on stage and he's going to have a lot of close-up videos and all that stuff. So I want to give a big shout out to him. It's actually kind of crazy to see him on the stage. So Ariane Lipski missed weight by 6 pounds. We're going to go over the method of victory, will this fight go the distance, and the double chances. So without further ado, let's break it down. Here we go. You guys are going to hear my official pick flips and all that. Let's get to the good stuff. Enough gish galloping. Minus 192 for Marco Mederos. Mark Choinski plus 154. Marco Mederos was supposed to fight Blahi Oki last week. That fight fell through. Oki looked amazing against Michael Aswell. Marco seemed to have a better spot here at UFC 316. He's on a pay-per-view. Seems like a little bit more of a favorable matchup. MarQuel is very smooth and technical. It's just that he has the whole of grappling. He's facing a grappler who's making his UFC debut. MarQuel's combos are very well put together. Matched up against Mark Choinski. Mark is an undefeated fighter making his UFC debut on short notice. No Ultimate Fighter, no Dana White Contender Series. Mark has 5 subs in the first round, 1 TKO in the first, and 2 wins by decision. His bread and butter is that submission game, so we got to be careful if he ends up taking Marco Mederos' back. His most recent win is a win over John Ramirez. He comes from the Rufus Sports. Pettis brothers are at that gym as well. MarQuel has a good ability to adjust in between rounds. Give me Marquel Mederos. Let's go over the props. MarQuel by KO plus 350. MarQuel by sub plus 1,000. MarQuel by decision plus 145. Mark Choinski by KO plus 1,100. Choinski by sub plus 550. Choinski by points plus 420. Will this fight go the distance? Yes at a minus 138. No at a plus 108. MarQuel by KO on points minus 165. MarQuel by sub or points minus 105. Choinski by KO or on points plus 280. Choinski by sub or points plus 200. In this case, guys, I'm going to have timestamps. So in each fight, if you guys just want to hear the good stuff, hear the props, just skip to the last 30 seconds of each timestamp. So in this case, guys, I'm going to be taking Marco Mederos money line. My rule of thumb is to never bet the first fight. But in this case, I think there's some good value to be made here. Give me Marco Mederos at a minus 192 money line. I'm going to take Marco Mederos by KO or on points at a minus 165. Maybe a little bit of a live bet action too. I'm going to take that this fight goes the distance at a minus 138. And give me MarQuel by decision at a plus 145. Let's go, my guy, Marco Mederos. Let's go. 826. Next fight, let's go. Now, I'm going to try to get the exact frame by frame. If the angle's not that good, it's because of the UFC. It's not my fault, so my bad, guys. Bear with me. Minus 520 for Quillan, Salkilld, Yanal, Ashmouz, plus 370. Quillan just fought 3 months ago against Ansel Jubli, knocked him out in 19 seconds. Quillan Salkilld can wrestle, has great decision win over Gage Young on Dana White Contender Series in September. Salkilld can blast kicks, has underrated power, but tends to get a bit wild and chase the finish. Salkilld is matched up against Yanal Ashmouz. Yanal Ashmouz needs to pay for what he did to Trevor Peek. If you guys know, Yanal Ashmouz destroyed Trevor Peek in the grappling department. Yanal is 4-1 in his last 5. Good striker, can be very technical, and has the wrestling in his back pocket. He can definitely make this fight a little bit more competitive than it needs to be. He always goes crazy to start off the fight. Very solid defense, good takedown defense, and can mix it up himself very well. Let's go over the props. Quillan by KO plus 490. No. Yeah, Quillan by KO plus 490. Quillan by sub plus 340. Quillan by decision minus 105. Yanal by KO plus 350. Yanal by sub plus 1,900. Yanal by decision plus 1,000. Will this fight go the distance? Yes at a minus 136. No at a plus 108. Quillan by KO on points minus 195. Quillan by sub or points plus 260. Minus 260, excuse me. Yanal by KO on points plus 500. Yanal by sub or points plus 900. Guys, so in this case, guys, just give it to me straight. I'm going to take Quillan Salkilld by KO or on points, double chance at a minus 195. Give me Quillan by sub or points at a minus 260. I'm going to take that this fight goes the distance, yes, at a minus 136. And give me Quillan at a minus 105. Let's go, my guy, Quillan. Let's go. Quillan Salkilld to win by 29-28 unanimous decision. But I wouldn't be surprised if he gets something sneaky and finishes this fight inside the distance. Let's go to the next fight. Right right here. Guys, by the way, that's Roberto. That's Roberto Bellagio. So shout out to him. I can't believe that he's actually there. He's going to be in the arena tomorrow, so it's going to be an absolute amazing card. What an amazing day to be at the ceremonial weigh-in, and then the next day you get to enjoy the beautiful card of UFC 316. That's going to be an amazing fight. Let's go. I can't wait for the main event. So, 936, Ju Sang-Yu versus Jeka Saragih. Minus 590 for Ju Sang-Yu. Jeka Saragih plus 430. Joe Sang-Yu is undefeated, so that can be a red flag. He's making his UFC debut here. Most recently beating Masato Kawana by TKO 1 minute and 15 seconds into round 1. Joe Sang-Yu can do it all. He has very good striking. He will look to keep this fight on the feet. He's a switch stance fighter. Joe Sang-Yu is making his UFC debut, which is super sketchy. Matched up against Jeka Saragih. Jeka is super heavy-handed at 14-4. Looks to rely on his heavy hands to get the job done. Jeka has 5 TKOs in the first round, 3 TKOs in the second, and 1 in the third. Jeka can use his BJJ very well. He has 4 subs, 3 in the first round, 1 in the third. Jeka can be super wild. If you guys don't know, Jeka is coming off of a submission loss to Weston Wilson. He was taken down immediately with a triangle armbar, 1 minute and 49 seconds into round 1. Let's go over the props. Joe Sang-Yu by KO plus 190. Yu by sub plus 230. Yu by decision plus 270. Jeka by KO plus 950. Jeka by sub plus 2,200. Jeka by decision plus 1,000. Will this fight go the distance? Yes at a plus 194. No at a minus 260. Over 1.5 minus 128. Under 1.5 plus 102. Jeka by KO or on points plus 500. Jeka by sub or points plus 750. Yu by KO or on points minus 155. Yu by sub or points minus 130. Guys, in this case, this fight looks like it's going to scream war. It's going to scream violence. It's going to scream blood. So in this case, guys, give me Ju Sang-Yu moneyline as a nice parlay piece, minus 590. I'm going to take Joe Sang-Yu by KO at a plus 190. Give me that this fight doesn't go the distance at a minus 260 as a nice parlay piece. And give me the under 1.5 at a plus 102. Let's go, my guy, Joe Sang-Yu. Welcome to the UFC, my guy. Show us what you got, my guy. Show us what you got. Let's go, my guy, Joe Sang-Yu for the dub. I'm going to go by KO. Let's go, my guy. Let's go. 10:57. Giyat. 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 Damn, I got to focus. I got to smack out of it, slap out of it. All right. Plus 390 for Ariane Lipski. Ariane Lipski, or you could call her De Silva, versus Cong Wang, minus 590. Minus 550, excuse me. Plus 390 Lipski. Minus 550 Cong Wang. This seems like a good spot for a parlay piece. Ariane Lipski is a very high volume fighter. She did miss weight by 6 pounds. Very unprofessional. Seems like she didn't even try to cut the weight after it got a little bit tough. Ariane Lipski can easily get controlled once on her back. She can be very open to a sub. Seen against Jazz Dvalishvili, she was able to get a nice Darce choke on her in round 3. Just under the 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I believe 2 seconds to go until 2 minutes and 30. Matched up against Cong Wang. We all know, everyone always mentions Cong Wang's win over Valentina Shevchenko. I don't really take that win into consideration because we got to see how she's fighting now, not back then. Cong Wang has very deceptive power coming off of that bounce back win over Bruno Brazil. Let's go over the props. Cong Wang by KO plus 210. Cong Wang by sub plus 550. Wang by decision plus 135. Lipski by KO plus 1,800. Lipski by sub plus 1,300. Lipski by decision plus 700. Will this fight go the distance? Yes at a minus 112. No at a minus 112. Lipski by KO or points plus 550. Lipski by sub or points plus 500. Wang by KO on points minus 260. Wang by sub or points minus 135. All right, so let's go over the props. Give me Cong Wang moneyline minus 550. I'm going to take Cong Wang double chance. I like Cong Wang by KO or on points at a minus 260. I don't think she's going to be able to get a sub on Lipski. Although Lipski is open to a submission, I don't think Cong Wang has that style to submit Lipski. Giyat. But I will say, give me Cong Wang by KO on points minus 260. Give me Cong Wang moneyline. I'm going to take that this fight doesn't go the distance at a minus 112. And just in case, I'll take Cong Wang by decision at a plus 135. Let's go, my girl Cong Wang. Let's go. Let's go. Bounce back season. I know she already bounced back with Bruno Brazil, but let's get a win streak going for my girl Cong Wang. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's about to get dicey. It's about to get war. 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 This is what war looks like. Khaos Williams minus 178. Andreas Gustafsson plus 118. This is a fight that we all are waiting for. At least myself. I'm waiting for this fight. Very good matchmaking. I've been waiting for Andreas Gustafsson to fight. It seems like by the time this guy's going to fight, this guy has one of the most unfavorable matchups, one of the most difficult matchups, but he's still willing to take on this fight. Shout out to both of these guys for stepping up. Gustafsson has power. It's about time this guy made his UFC debut already. He has been good. He's been good, and I've been keeping an eye on him for a while now. He was supposed to make his UFC debut a while back and last week, but that fight fell through. Jeremiah Wells, Trevin Giles. He has a good wrestling background, can shoot a nice takedown. Once on top, has great ground and pound, great finishing ability, and can hunt for subs as well. Gustafsson always works. Gustafsson was the one willing to fight Khaos Williams. Matched up against Khaos. Khaos didn't look too good his last fight. Khaos Williams' last fight was 3 months ago. Submission loss to Gabriel Bonfim. And if you guys know, he went to sleep in that fight. Prior to that, Khaos Williams beat Ronaldo Bedoya by split decision. And he beat Carlson Harris by KO with a nice right hook. Khaos is very explosive, each one to give one, blast low kicks, always sets up his strikes, but can get super wild, and he's super wild. And he was super wild against Gabriel Bonfim. He was actually headhunting like crazy in that fight. So in this case, guys, let's go over the props. I am going to be on Gustafsson. I'm not making a pick flip here. Khaos by KO plus 130. Khaos by sub plus 1,900. Khaos by decision plus 350. Gustafsson by KO plus 450. Gustafsson by sub plus 850. Gustafsson by decision plus 550. Over 1.5 minus 164. Under 1.5 plus 128. Khaos by KO or on points minus 180. Khaos by sub or points plus 280. Gustafsson by KO or on points plus 210. Gustafsson by submission or on points plus 320. He's an underdog. Just give me Gustafsson money line at a plus 118. I like that. I'm going to take Gustafsson by KO at a plus 450. Give me the over 1.5 at a minus 164. Let's go, my guy Gustafsson. I like money line in this case, guys. If he gets it done, he's going to get it done inside the distance, in my opinion. Let's go, my guy Gustafsson, for the dub. Show us what you got, my guy. Welcome to the UFC. 1341. A banger. This is a bang. You know what this fight reminds me of? This fight reminds me of one of those fights that two gladiators just going at it, just to go to war. Here we go. Serghei Spivac versus Waldo Acosta. Serghei Spivac minus 144. Waldo Cortes-Acosta plus 118. This will be a super close, super sketchy fight in my honest opinion. I can see both of these guys being victorious. Waldo Cortes-Acosta 13-1. His only loss is to Marco Rodrigo de Lima, who is currently suspended right now for PED use. Waldo Cortes-Acosta is on a 4-fight win streak, beating Lucas Brzezinski by KO. Andreas Lipski by decision, Robelis is Spain by decision, and one of his best performances yet, a beautiful KO win over Ryan Spann. Costa has high volume, high output, lands almost 6 significant strikes per minute. Time and time again, Costa always proves us wrong. He can wrestle as well. He is very heavy-handed, backed up with great wrestling. This is his toughest test yet in Serghei Spivac, matched up against Serghei Spivac. Serghei is 17-5-3. 17-5, 3-2 in his last 5. His most recent performance is a KO loss to Jailton Almeida, but he did good in that fight, which was almost 4 months ago. Prior to that, Serghei beat Marcin Tybura by sub armbar. Very good win to have in his record. Then before that performance, Serghei lost to Cyril Gane. He is 8-5 in the UFC. In this case, I'm going Costa. Let's go over the props. Excuse me, guys. Costa by KO plus 600. Spivac by KO plus 600. Spivac by sub plus 340. Spivac by decision plus 260. Costa by KO plus 210. Costa by sub plus 2100. Costa by decision plus 600. I like Costa by decision just because if this fight goes the distance, I feel like it can favor Costa. But I know a lot of people are thinking that Spivac can probably grapple and wrestle him to a decision as well. Will this fight go the distance? Yes, at a plus 152. No, at a minus 196. Spivac by KO or on points plus 150. Spivac by sub or points plus 100. Costa by KO or on points plus 125. Costa by submission or on points plus 500. Guys, in this case, just give me Costa. Waldo Cortes-Acosta moneyline plus 118. I'm going to take Costa by decision at a plus 600. Give me that this fight doesn't go the distance at a minus 196. And just in case, I like Costa by KO or on points at a plus 125. But we don't have to get greedy. Let's just take his moneyline. Give me Costa for the dub. Let's go, my guy. Show us what you got. Show us what you got. 1506. Now, Azamat kind of looks small here. He kind of looks small, but let's break it down. Minus 650 for Azamat Murzakanov. Sorry, guys. Brendson Ribeiro plus 440. I should have muted my mic. We know Johnny Walker was supposed to fight Azamat, but now he is facing Zhang Mingyang. Shout out to Johnny Walker for taking that fight. I don't know why he's taking that fight, but maybe it's a good amount of money. Azamat is undefeated, 14-0. Massive favorite. Well, we've seen Brendson Ribeiro put together a nice 2-win streak. Azamat is 36 years old. Brendson is only 28. Azamat is 5'10". Azamat can wrestle really well, just doesn't rely on it. It's in his back pocket. He always marches forward, has heavy hands, has a knockdown in 5 of his UFC fights. His most recent win is a KO win over Menenfield, but he did get tagged up hard in that second round before turning it up the pace and knocking out Alonzo Menenfield. Matched up against Brendson Ribeiro. Ribeiro's 3-2 in his last 5, losing to Zhang Mingyang by KO and Magomed Gadzulov. Ribeiro's on a 2-fight win streak, beating Kyle Machado by split decision most recently, and that guy was cut by the UFC, and most recently, Brendson Ribeiro destroyed Diyar Nazagu with a beautiful Kimura. Let's go over the props. Azamat by KO minus 250. Azamat by sub plus 1,200. Azamat by decision plus 650. Brendson by KO plus 950. Brendson by sub plus 1,400. Brendson by decision plus 1,400. Will this fight go the distance? Yes at a plus 450. No at a minus 700. Over 1.5 plus 124. Under 1.5 minus 158. Ribeiro by KO or on points plus 600. Ribeiro by sub or points plus 800. Azamat by KO or on points minus 420. Azamat by sub or points plus 460. So, in this case, guys, give me Azamat Murzakanov money line minus 650. I'll take Azamat by KO at a minus 250. Chalky Locky. I'll take that this fight doesn't go the distance at a minus 700. And give me the under 1.5 at a minus 158. I feel like this one's going to be a war. Great way to get people to watch and get people's eyes hooked onto tomorrow night. Let's go. Lock of the week time, baby. Joshua Van versus Bruno Silva. This is a banger scrap right here. Bruno Silva plus 470. Joshua Van minus 650. This fight of the night. Written all over it, but we'll see. You know, these guys are going to have to compete with a lot of other people who are definitely going to have a lot of very competitive fights. I can't wait for this one, though. Bruno Silva is a powerhouse who can be open to takedowns. He's been controlled by Cody Durden heavy in the first round, then brutally knocked him out in the second after adjusting with a nice uppercut. And we know that Joshua Van tends to struggle with uppercuts. Bruno Silva was on a 4-fight win streak before losing to Manel Cap. Bruno has hands made out of rocks. He can do it all. He has KOs, he has subs, and he has wins by decision as well if it gets there. Bruno is a bit of a brawler. He eats one to give one. Matched up against Joshua Van. Joshua Van has very good takedown defense, very good crispy boxing, and amazing ability to create an insanely high amount of volume in a high output fight. Joshua Van always puts pressure, looking to work the body, then work upstairs. He's very good at what he does. The only thing is he does get tagged a little bit, and he might be a little chinny. Joshua Van is looking amazing at only 23 years old, facing off against the 35-year-old Bruno Silva. This is going to be a very tough test. Joshua Van is on a 3-fight win streak, beating Edgar Chairez, Cody Durden, and most recently, Rey Susaira, but every fight is different. Let's go over the props. You guys know my lock of the week is Joshua Van by KO or on points. Joshua Van by KO plus 160, Van by sub plus 1,100, Van by decision plus 120, Silva by KO plus 900, Silva by sub plus 2,000, Silva by decision plus 1,200. Will this fight go the distance? Yes at a minus 106, no at a minus 122. It's getting dicey right there. Silva by KO or on points plus 650, Silva by sub or points plus 900, Van by KO or on points minus 420, Van by sub or points minus 115. In this case, you guys know my lock of the week is Van by KO or on points at a minus 420. I will say, Joshua Van dropped down. He was a minus 700 and minus 720. Now he's a minus 650. I like Joshua Van by KO or on points at a minus 420. Give me that this fight doesn't go the distance at a minus 106. And I'll take Joshua Van by decision at a plus 120 just in case. Let's go, my guy, Joshua Van by 29-28 unanimous decision after putting on a masterclass. Let's go, my guy. Let's go. Vicente Luque versus Kevin Holland. This is a fight where it's going to be crazy. Plus 194, Vicente Luque. Kevin Holland minus 245. This fight at 170 makes sense, and it makes things very interesting. Kevin Holland performs way better at 170. Both of these guys only have 2 wins out of their last 5 matches. Vicente Luque might need to wrestle here, but I don't know if this guy's going to wrestle. He's been talking like he just wants to scrap it out. And with a guy who's taller, a guy who's longer, a guy who's younger, a guy who might be a little bit more sharper, and if he touches your chin, it might be over. I don't know if that's a good idea. Luque is the Darce Knight. Luque has 6 subs in the first round, 3 subs in the second. Luque also has 8 TKOs in the first round, 1 TKO in the second, and 2 in the third. I will say that was a little bit in the beginning of his career. He's no longer as good as he once was, but that happens with all of us. Luque has only won 3 decisions by he's only won 3 decisions, and one of those is by split. Massive red flag. Luque can get tagged up more often than I like him to. Matched up against Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland's biggest hole in his game is his wrestling department. But even if Kevin Holland is taken down, we saw against Gunnar Nelson, he can get right back up, and it's hard to control a guy like Kevin Holland. Holland performs better at 170 in my honest opinion. He seems to hit harder, have a lot more of an advantage at 170. Holland as the favorite. It makes sense, but it makes things a little bit more dicey, makes things a little bit more tricky. Excuse me. I like Vicente Luque here, but I don't know. He wrestled against RDA. I expect him to wrestle here. But after hearing what happened, after hearing him not being able to wrestle, let's go over the props, and I'll tell you if I do a pig flip or not. Luque by KO plus 800, Luque by sub plus 850, Luque by decision plus 550, Holland by KO plus 140, Holland by sub plus 600, Holland by decision plus 340. Will this fight go the distance? Yes at a plus 168, no at a minus 220. Over 2.5 minus 124, under 2.5 minus 158. Luque by KO or on points plus 340, Luque by sub or points plus 320. Holland by KO or on points minus 180, Holland by submission or on points plus 185. Luque to land one takedown plus 130. Guys, in this case, I'm going to have to go Kevin Holland, guys. I'm going to have to go Kevin Holland. I think this is a favorable matchup for him. We'll see what he does. We'll see what he has. Time and time again, after Kevin Holland gets a dub, then we go with him, and then he loses. We'll see what he has. Holland, show me what you got, my guy. Official pig flip, guys. I'm going Kevin Holland. Minus 245. Give me Kevin Holland money line. Minus 245. I'm going to take the under 2.5 out of minus 158. Give me that this fight doesn't go the distance out of minus 220. And give me Kevin Holland by KO at a plus 140. Let's go, my guy, Kevin Holland. Let's go. Show us what you got, my guy. Show us what you got. But you know that Darce, guys, what I really like, guys, is Kevin Holland by, Luque by sub, guys. Luque by sub, let's look at it. Luque by submission plus 850, just in case. A little bit of a Hail Mary, let's go. 1821, let's go. Patchy Mix versus Mario Batista. This is a banger scrap. Patchy Mix versus Mario Batista, here we go. Patchy Mix, minus 180. Mario Batista plus 146. Mario Batista was supposed to fight Chito Vera here, but I believe Chito Vera broke his rib. Now Patchy Mix steps in and makes his UFC debut against Mario Batista. This is one of my most anticipated fights on the entire card. Mario is a very high volume, high output fighter. His only two losses are to Corey Sandhagen by armbar and Trevin Jones by TKO. Mario Batista has 5 wins by decision, 1 by split, 4 subs in the first round and 2 subs in the second, and only 3 TKOs on his record. Mario Batista has very good resume on a 7-fight win streak with wins over Damon Blackshear, Ricky Simone, and most recently Jose Aldo. Very, very notable wins to have on your resume. He has 12 takedowns out of his last 7 fights. Man, this guy's been shooting. He's been shooting like crazy on the takedowns. Matched up against former Bellator champion. He won the Bellator tournament, defended his belt twice, then asked for his release. Patchy Mix. Resume speaks for itself with wins over Albert Moraes, Horiguchi, of course, Sergio Pettis, and he beat Magomed Magomedov twice. First, he subbed him with a ghillie. Second time, he beat him by split decision. I will say that split decision was a little dicey. And if you watch that back, you could argue that it could have went to Magomedov. Magomedov has a win over Peter Yan by split. Peter Yan got that win back. Patchy will look to grapple in this fight. We all know he has a lot of finishes. Out of his 20 wins, he has 15 finishes inside the distance. 13 of those finishes inside the distance are by sub. Let's go over the props. Patchy by KO plus 1,100. Patchy by sub plus 270. Patchy by decision plus 195. Mario by KO plus 700. Mario by sub plus 1,800. Mario by decision plus 260. Will this fight go the distance? Yes at a minus 150. No at a plus 118. Patchy by KO or on points plus 140. Patchy by submission or on points minus 155. I like it a lot. Mario by KO or on points plus 160. Mario by sub or points plus 210. Patchy Mix to land one takedown minus 390. I think he does. I think he does it, guys. I think he lands one takedown. In this case, guys, I am going Patchy Mix. Give me Patchy Mix money line at a minus 180. I'm going to take Patchy Mix money line minus 180. Give me Patchy by sub plus 270. I'm going to take that this fight goes the distance at a minus 150. And just in case, give me Patchy by submission or on points at a minus 155. And as a bonus, I'll take Patchy to land one takedown at a minus 390. Let's go, my guy, Patchy Mix for the dub. Let's go. I can't wait for this one. Here we go. Kevin Holland versus Joe Pyfer. This is one of those fights where it was supposed to happen a while ago, and until now it's happening. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Plus 300 for Kelvin Gastelum versus Joe Pyfer, minus 400. This fight was supposed to happen at UFC Mexico. Joe Pyfer got sick. and he was forced to pull out. It happens. Kelvin Gastelum's notable wins are Johnny Hendricks, Michael Bisping, Ronaldo Souza. I know he lost, but Israel Adesanya, notable performance. Great win over Ian Heinisch, Chris Curtis, and most recently Daniel Rodriguez. Gastelum has never been knocked out ever. He has been subbed 3 times, but never knocked out or TKO'd. Gastelum will be looking to create chaos. And surprisingly, he didn't miss weight. He actually made weight. That's actually kind of funny because Ariane of the Lipski actually was able to miss weight by 6 pounds. I thought if anybody missed weight, it was going to be Kelvin Gastelum. Matchup against Joe Bodybags Pyfer. Pyfer has a record of 13-3. Pyfer has 5 KOs in the first round, 4 TKOs in the second. Pyfer can do it all. He has subs. He has a very good arm triangle up his sleeve. Very sneaky. Pyfer has only lost to the best of the best. His only loss in the UFC is to Jack Hermanson. We've seen Joe Pyfer lose by TKO, but that was an injury against Dustin Stolfus, who Dustin created that with a hard slam. He slammed Joe Pyfer. I don't think Kelvin Gastelum's going to be looking to wrestle here. If he does, maybe Joe Pyfer gets right back up to his feet. Pyfer is coming off of a bounce-back win over Marc-Andre Barriot since losing to Jack Hermanson. Let's go with the props. Pyfer by KO plus 250. Pyfer by sub plus 410. Pyfer by decision plus 165. Kelvin Gastelum by KO plus 750. Gastelum by sub plus 2300. Gastelum by decision plus 650. Will this fight go the distance? Yes at a plus 104. No at a minus 134. That's going to get dicey. Gastelum by KO or on points plus 340. Gastelum by submission on points. I don't think it hits. Pyfer by KO or on points minus 185. Pyfer by submission on points minus 135. Pyfer to land 1 takedown at a minus 230. That's a trap. I don't know if Pyfer's going to shoot a takedown, but Pyfer to land 1 takedown at a minus 230 seems like a massive price tag to pay for a guy who is going to be looking to knock this guy out. So, in this case, guys, give me Joe Pyfer moneyline at a minus 400. I'm going to take Joe Pyfer by decision plus 165. Give me that this fight doesn't go the distance at a minus 134. And I'll take Pyfer by KO or on points at a minus 185. And I'll sprinkle Pyfer by sub at a plus 410. Let's go, my guy, Joe Pyfer. Show us what you got. Joe Pyfer, Joe Bodybags Pyfer. A lot of people say they don't like the nickname, but I think it's a good nickname. Here we go. Kayla Harrison versus Juliana Pena. This is one of those fights where it's going to get ugly. It's going to get dicey. There's been a lot of drama, a little bit of trash talking. This is what makes me like the UFC. When there's drama involved, when there's drama, when we build up the fight, when we get to this point, and it's Friday, the day. Shout out to Roberto Bellagio, guys. Shout out to my guy. My guy's right there. Look at him. He's actually getting the video. He's getting everything down. My guy, let's go. So, let's break it down. It's going to get dicey, but this is what makes it important. This is what makes me want to tune into the fight a little bit more. When the stakes are more higher, when there's more drama, when there's more stakes involved. This is what makes the UFC what it is. Let's go. Kayla Harrison minus 700, plus 474. Juliana Pena. Juliana, 2-time bantamweight champ versus the Olympic gold medalist, Kayla, former PFL champ. Juliana Pena will be looking to defend her belt for the first time again. Pena, at only 11-5, has an insane resume. With the win over Amanda Nunes, she has cemented her legacy, and we all know she has done it all. With the win over Amanda Nunes, guys, getting the belt twice, she's done it all. She's here to defend her belt for the first time, attempting to defend her belt for the first time again, after retaining her belt, after reclaiming her belt. Juliana has only been TKO'd once in the second, lost by sub twice, and lost 2 decisions. Juliana Pena took a 2-year break, then reclaimed her belt after a close win over Raquel Pennington. Pena has a good one too. She is very well-rounded, and most importantly, she's gritty. She just gets into that fight. You can hit her with everything. You saw what Amanda Nunes did. She hit her with her best shots, and Juliana Pena lost how? She lost by decision. She didn't get finished by Amanda Nunes. Do you know how many people get finished by Amanda Nunes? This girl Pena has some heart made out of gold. I'd say Juliana Pena needs to work on her footwork. Sometimes she can get a little bit off, when she's following you. She can get a little bit, you can pop her while she's following you because she doesn't have the best footwork. Matched up against Kayla Harrison, but she does. Pena has a beautiful amount of volume and cardio. Matched up against Kayla Harrison. I feel like the cut was the massive toll. We saw today, she looked very sunken in. She looked like a skull on the scale, but she did make 135 for the first time in her career in the UFC. Let's go. Iron sharpens iron. Kayla is a 2-time gold medalist, and she trains at American Top Team. Kayla is on a 3-fight win streak, beating Aspen Ladd, Holly Holm by sub, and most recently Ketlen Vieira by a dominant decision. We just saw Ketlen Vieira destroy Macy Chiasson. Ketlen is a very powerful... Kayla is very powerful, and also Ketlen Vieira is very powerful. We just saw what she did to Macy Chiasson, so the fact that Kayla Harrison was able to control her shows that Kayla Harrison has some strength to her. Kayla has a lot of strength to her. I don't know if her cardio is the best against Larissa Pacheco in her most recent loss, her only loss. She did get tired in that fight, and she lost the 5th round, which is something that you do not want to do in a championship fight. Kayla might gas as the fight gets later on, but she has gone 5 rounds before. Kayla's going to be the pick, but I will say, guys, she has a very good ability to control her over and over again. Sometimes she chases the subs, but if the opportunity presents itself, she can also do a ground and pound TKO. Kayla's going to be the pick, guys. I like Kayla to win the first 3 rounds, and then maybe she loses the 4th and 5th. I did like Kayla by 48-47 decision, but in this case, guys, I think I'm going to take her by sub. Let's go over the props. Kayla by KO plus 330, Kayla by sub plus 145, Kayla by decision plus 240, Pena by KO plus 1,700, Pena by sub plus 1,100, Pena by decision plus 1,100. Man, there's some good odds on Pena. Will this fight go the distance? Yes, plus 180. No, minus 235. Pena by KO or on points plus 750. Pena by submission on points plus 600. Kayla by KO or on points minus 110. Kayla by sub or points minus 220. Guys, I'm going to be taking Kayla Harrison. Give me Kayla Harrison money line at a minus 700. It's chalky, I know, but we need it just in case some crazy stuff happens. I'm going to take Kayla by submission at a plus 145. I'm going to sprinkle Kayla by decision at a plus 240. Give me that this fight doesn't go the distance at a minus 235. And give me Kayla Harrison to win by submission or on points at a minus 220. And just in case, just to get a little bit more greedy, give me Kayla by KO or on points at a minus 110. Let's go, my girl, Kayla Harrison. Let's go for the dub. I'll go by submission. Late round submission, maybe 3rd, 4th, or 5th. But if it doesn't happen, give me Kayla by 48-47, 49-46, and 48-47 unanimous decision. Let's go, my girl, Kayla Harrison. Let's go. 29-27. If you are what you say you are, a superstar. Hey, look at my guy. Let's go. My guy, Roberto Bellagio. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. Merab Dvalishvili versus Sean O'Malley. Merab minus 300. Sean O'Malley plus 235. I will say, guys, there's some money coming in on Sean O'Malley. And I don't know if it's the guys who are the casuals. I don't know if it's just people who believe in what he's saying in the narrative. I don't know what's going on, guys. But there's a lot of money coming in on Sean O'Malley. Main event of the evening. Immediate title shot for O'Malley. This is going to be a banger matchup. This is a rematch. The first fight was a dominant win for Merab. 3-2. 8 months ago. Since then, Merab has fought Umar Nurmagomedov and beat him by unanimous decision. Merab is 12-2 in the UFC. His only 2 losses are at the beginning of his UFC career to Frankie Sanez and Ricky Simon by sub in a fight where he was fighting that submission very hard. Merab made his UFC debut, and he started off with 2 losses back-to-back, and then he went on a 12-fight win streak, winning the title and successfully defending his belt once. Now, he is looking to defend his belt for the 2nd time against a vicious, high-output, high-volume striker in Sean O'Malley. Merab is the cardio king. His biggest hole in his game is that he can lack an ability to finish his opponents. He can be a bit chinny, but his recovery is where his bread and butter is at. You drop him, he'll come right back up. It's going to take a shovel or an entire kitchen sink to finish this guy, Merab. Merab never stops shooting. He averages 6 takedowns every 15 minutes. Merab always makes things work. Even if he gets rocked, he can just have the wrestling in his back pocket, shoot a nice takedown, wait until he gets recovered, and he's back in action. Matched up against Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley is looking to reclaim his belt in an immediate rematch. Sugar has great footwork, great timing, and can always work on his heavy kicks. Sugar can be a little bit fragile. We've seen in his fight against Jose Alberto Quinones, he ended up injured after that fight finished. Against Chito Vera, he also got injured again, where his peroneal nerve, it got injured and it kept on giving out. Sean O'Malley was taken down 6 times in the first fight. The most success he had was in the 5th round, touching Merab's body with a nice teep kick, hurting him in the late 5th round. Sean has won 2 rounds the last time around. He's going to need to win 3, obviously. I think Sean can maybe win a split. Sean's notable performances are Eddie Wineland, Julian Paiva, Peter Yan, Aljamain Sterling, and most recently Marlon Chito Vera. The first fight was an absolute domination. We all knew he lost after the 25 minutes. Sugar was timid first time around. He was hesitant and he was worried about the takedown. You guys even know Tim Welch was like talking to Merab at the beginning. I don't know if that's going to play a factor, but I will say the crowd is most definitely going to play a factor. The crowd is not the same crowd from the Sphere. These guys are going to boo Merab, and they're going to infiltrate the decision of the judges. Time and time again, guys, when this fight gets close, sometimes the crowd can persuade what the judges are seeing. Merab by decision seems like the play. The pick is going to be Merab Dvalishvili by split decision. I'm going to live bet, though. More than definitely, I'm going to live bet. I'm going to have a play with Sean O'Malley more than definitely in this play. The pick is going to be Merab, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to bet O'Malley. Let's go over the props. Merab by KO plus 950. Merab by sub plus 1,000. Merab by decision minus 150. I can see O'Malley touching up that body and winning a nice split decision. One of those rounds is so dicey it could be a toss-up, and all of a sudden Saul Diamanto gives the round to O'Malley. Boom, O'Malley's champ again with a nice razor-close split decision. Sugar by KO plus 440. Sugar by sub plus 2,900. Sugar by decision plus 600. Over 4.5 minus 290. Under 4.5 plus 215. One knockdown in the fight plus 110. I like that. Maybe there's a knockdown in this fight. There was no knockdown in the last fight. Sean to land one knockdown plus 175. I think if anybody's going to get the knockdown, it's O'Malley. Merab by KO or on points minus 210. Merab by sub or points minus 210. Sugar by KO or on points plus 230. Sugar by sub or points plus 550. And this is what I like. O'Malley by KO rounds 1, 2, or 3 plus 650. O'Malley by KO rounds 3, 4, and 5 plus 1,000. One of my favorite props right here. Merab to land one takedown minus 4,500. Imagine if you make a parlay and you use the anchor of your parlay as Merab to land one takedown minus 1,400. You already finished 9 legs. You're on your last leg, and your last leg is just for Merab to land one takedown. I think it's a nice leg. Obviously, it's chalky locky at a minus 4,500, but more than likely, Merab gets a takedown. So, I am going to be taking Merab Dvalishvili. Let's go over the props. Give me Merab Dvalishvili moneyline, minus 300. I'm going to take Merab to win by decision at a minus 150. I don't like it, though. It's too chalky. Massive price to pay, even though this fight can be super close. We saw it in the last time. You could throw these guys in 100 times out of 100, and I bet you it'll be close every single time. Give me Merab moneyline, minus 300. Give me Merab by decision, minus 150. I'm going to take the over 4.5 at a minus 290. Give me one knockdown in this fight at a plus 110. Give me Merab by submission or on points at a minus 210. Give me Merab by KO or on points at a minus 210 as well. And just for a little bit of a sprinkle, I'll take O'Malley by KO rounds 3, 4, and 5 plus 1,000. And give me Merab to land one takedown at a minus 4,500. Let's go Merab to win 48-47, 49-46, and 48-47 unanimous decision. No, I'm going split. Merab to win 48-47 split. Merab 48-47 split. O'Malley. And for the winner by split decision, 48-47. Merab Dvalishvili. Let's go Merab for the dub. I will say I'm rooting for O'Malley. I want O'Malley to win. I got to see it to believe it. Let's go my guy O'Malley. I will have O'Malley in a play. I will have some slips with O'Malley. I will live bet O'Malley probably if he's having success. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think. It's going to be a banger pay-per-view tomorrow. Let's go, my guys. Let me know what you guys think. What do you guys rate the card 1 through 10? Let me know who's your lock. Let me know what's your favorite fight. Obviously, this one, I like the Apache Mix and Mario Batista fight. I think that one's going to be a banger. Costa, Spivac. This card is very good, guys. And before you know it, UFC 317 is on the way. We're going to have 2 pay-per-views this month, guys. UFC 316 and UFC 317 Oliveira versus Topuria. So enjoy this one, guys. We'll get another pay-per-view just before you know it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's get it, baby. Hey, peace. Hey, have a good weekend. Hey.